Operation TBI Freedom is what we go by. We're a program of Craig Hospital, and it's in the title. We work with veterans and active duty servicemen and women who suffer from a traumatic brain injury. And so everybody that's here, we're all veterans, over 20 years plus. A lot of us have combat tours. I have 3 combat tours, 2 to Iraq, 1 Afghanistan. And so we understand the terminology when we have a veteran or an active duty servicemen and women that come into our office that are having concerns about their TBI and they want some help. So we try to bridge that gap between when a veteran does get out in that transition period as an active duty serviceman gets out, that we try to transition that gap. We're an extension of their battle buddy, so to speak. We do this because we see too many that get out and they want to bury the demons in their head. And so they self-medicate with drugs, alcohol. Their friends and family leave them. And so it's a spiraling effect, and it does a lot of damaging on their psyche. And so they get to the point where they don't think their life matters, but it does matter. We need them. This country needs them. They have a great skill to offer, and it will never be realized if they don't realize it themselves. And so we try to encourage that and let them know that your life means something. Do not take it away from this world, because you have people that do love you, that do care about you. What you've seen and done, it's not who you are. It's something that you did, and less than 1% of this nation serves. Less than 1%. And these guys have done multiple tours, back to back to back. And so we want them to know that they're worth it. And so we try to instill that they are worth it. There's something more for them to do. A lot of our referrals are client referrals because of their great success that they're doing. They're going to school. They're owning their own business. They're working in the community. They're living in the community. Yeah, they still have some issues with their PTSD and TBI, but they have found ways and they've educated themselves to be better. Individuals that have traumatic brain injury, it's an individual wound. You don't see it like you see other wounds on a person that has come back from combat. If they're missing an arm or a leg, we consider that as honorable. But when a person that has a traumatic brain injury, you don't see that. So you look at them as being a normal individual, in which they are. They just have some things that they had to overcome, some challenges. And so we try to let them know that their injuries and illness don't need to define who they are. It's something that was a cause that happened while they were in war, but it's not definitely their total makeup. It's something that we can learn to strive to become better. And that's what we want for all our clients that come through. We want them to be better and be successful and progress in life and provide the great opportunity which they've learned in the military service and provide it to society, be good, productive members of this great world that we have. This gives us a great opportunity to be a program at Craig Hospital. I think the two marry so much well together. Craig's mission statement and our mission statement are kind of similar because once you come into our program, you're always going to be treated like family. We are here to build up successes. Nobody comes in our program and we don't judge anybody. We don't care what you have. We want to be able to help you progress. And I think in the same way, that's what Craig does. People that suffer from TBI and spinal cord injuries, you know, they still have to live. They still have to go forward. And that's what we want our clients to do. We want them to live and to move forward. They have so much to offer. And if they don't do it, who will? And so we want them to continue to move forward. We're based out of Colorado Springs, but our reach is all over the state of Colorado. So we're in the northern part of Colorado, Boulder, Fort Collins, we reach all the way up to. We're in the southern part of Colorado, Pueblo. We're finding that there's a lot of veterans that, you know, try to reach out to, sometimes can be difficult. So we want them to know that we are here for them. They can call us anytime, and they can, if they meet the eligibility criteria, they can be assigned a military support specialist and be able to have someone that they can trust and talk to. There is no cost. We're a nonprofit. To run one individual through our program, it's roughly around $3,700 to run one individual, to give them a full 2-year program at no cost to them. So what we try to do is we try to levy all the resources and referrals that we have in the community to be able to help our clientele. So when you come into our program, we're not asking you to pay anything. We're not going to be asking you to give any money. What we are going to be asking you is to help us to help you. We can't do all the work. It can't be more important to us. It has to be important to you. We're going to be able to try to guide you in the right direction, but we need for you to give us a little bit. And so what we try to do here is we try to let the individual know it's okay. It's okay to have something that is bothering you. There's no shame in it. You don't need to be embarrassed about it. We're here to help them in that process. And so what we do here, every individual is assigned a case manager. And in that case manager, they work hand in hand to try to find them resources in the community, because a lot of veterans don't know what they don't know. And so we try to clue them in on the things that are out there for them, as far as all their benefits, their VA stuff, so we can try to get them incorporated into the system. We see a lot of veterans that get out of the military and don't want to do anything with the VA because it's so cumbersome, and they get bogged down, and so they take forever to make a VA claim. We've had cases of veterans that get out in 5-10 years, they've never put in a claim because they don't want to deal with the stressors. So we try to help them with that. We're an extension of being their battle buddy. They're used to that being in the military. So they just need a person to kind of help them along and encourage them. So we provide purpose, direction, and motivation. A lot of military people, they understand that. So we try to give them a purpose, and then we try to give them direction, which direction to go, and then we provide them a little bit of motivation in the same time. Current client ratio that we're sitting at, we're roughly around 297 clients that we have that are full-time, that each military support specialist carries. So on an average, the military support specialist will probably average around 50 to 55 clients per military support specialist. And then our alumni list is a lot bigger than that. So we've graduated roughly around 1,200 to 1,300 alumni that we have that have come through the program. So we're busy. We're seeing a lot of veterans seeking help, and active duty members as well. So we're always staying busy. It's a 2-year program, but an individual can graduate earlier, or we can keep them longer than 2 years. It depends on the individual's progressing in the program. So basically, if the veteran or the client that comes and they're doing well and they can stand on their 2 feet by themselves, we'll express some concern. We'll say, hey, it might be time for you to graduate. How do you feel about that? And so we want our clients not to be dependent on the system. We want them to be independent. They're used to that. It's already in their DNA. And so we just kind of want to cultivate that and encourage them to be independent. We're going to be with you along the way. Once you're part of OTF, you're family. You never leave. You can always reach back to us if you have any concerns, but we're always going to be there for them because it's a brotherhood, it's a sisterhood. We don't leave a fallen comrade, and we wouldn't do it to any one of the clients that come into our office.